Every story begins as an idea, a spark of imagination waiting to be shaped into something real. Some stories live best through words, others through sound. But the most captivating ones come alive through visuals that move and breathe. Animation has the power to turn even the simplest idea into something unforgettable. It doesn't need a team of studios or expensive gear anymore. It needs creativity, direction, and vision. Imagine being able to craft a world that looks and feels exactly the way your story sounds in your head. You could give your tale a glowing watercolor look filled with emotion, or make it feel hand-drawn, soft, and nostalgic. You might choose bold comic book lines to match a story full of adventure, or delicate brush strokes that make each scene feel poetic. The beauty of animation is that every style tells the story differently, and you can choose how it speaks. The process starts with the story itself. You begin by writing the heart of what you want to say, the tone, the pacing, the emotion that carries each line. This script becomes the anchor of everything that follows. When written well, the narration flows like a natural conversation, not a reading. It feels human, grounded, and real. Each sentence paints a picture. Each pause invites the viewer in. Once the script feels right, the visuals begin to take form. Think about the feeling you want people to have while watching. Do you want the world to feel calm and inviting, or vast and mysterious? Should it shimmer like a dream, or feel raw and real like something found in an old journal? Choosing an art style is about mood as much as color. It's the texture of your story. It's how your audience will feel before they even understand the words. You can experiment with illustration styles, lighting moods, and compositions until the story starts breathing on its own. You might envision your scenes unfolding slowly, like a painter revealing a canvas. Or maybe you see them in motion, gliding and shifting, giving the sense that life is happening in every corner. The animation doesn't just move. It speaks, it reacts, it feels alive. Then comes rhythm, the heartbeat of your video. Narration and visuals should dance together in harmony. When the narrator pauses, the visuals can stretch that silence with a meaningful moment, maybe a slow zoom on a detail, or a subtle change in lighting that echoes the story's tone. Each transition should feel intentional, not rushed. Smooth pacing gives the viewer space to connect emotionally. The next step is atmosphere. Think about the world that surrounds your story, not just what's seen, but what's felt. A good animation doesn't rely on movement alone. It uses mood. Shadows, color gradients, contrast, they all guide how the viewer feels. A soft glow might suggest warmth or safety, while a high contrast palette could create tension or drama. Every color choice becomes part of the storytelling language. Character design also plays its role. If your story features people, animals, or symbolic figures, their design should match the tone of the world around them. A heroic tale might call for strong, defined silhouettes, while a reflective one might favor gentle, simplified figures. Expression and movement say more than dialogue ever could. When characters blink, hesitate, or breathe, they remind the viewer that this world has life in it. But beyond animation, there's the unseen craft, the art of planning. Every great video begins with structure. You can storyboard the key moments, sketching out where emotion rises and where it rests. This blueprint becomes your guide. It helps you decide where the camera should move, what details deserve focus, and how each scene connects to the next. Planning doesn't limit creativity. It amplifies it. When your story, visuals, and rhythm align, the next challenge is presentation, the thumbnail. This is the silent handshake between your video and your audience. It's the first impression that invites them to click. Designing a thumbnail isn't just about being eye-catching. It's about being honest to the tone of your video. A strong thumbnail should instantly tell the viewer what kind of world they're about to enter. Think of your thumbnail as the movie poster for your story. It should highlight emotion, not clutter. A clean, bold title and one central image can speak volumes. The color scheme should match the video's palette so that everything feels unified. A serene pastel story might use gentle tones, while a high-energy adventure might lean on contrast and bold lettering. Cohesion between thumbnail and content builds trust with viewers. When it all comes together, something beautiful happens. The viewer doesn't just watch your story. They feel it. The voice blends with the motion, the colors guide their mood, and the atmosphere pulls them into another world. It becomes immersive, even if it's only a few minutes long. That's the magic of thoughtful creation. It feels effortless, even though it was carefully designed. Behind every seamless video is intention. Every shadow, transition, and pause has meaning. By designing each part with care, you create not just a video, but an experience. You show your audience that this wasn't just thrown together. It was crafted with heart. And people respond to that authenticity. They remember it. They share it. They want more of it. Creating in multiple art styles gives you flexibility to reach different audiences. A story told in a soft sketch style might appeal to people seeking comfort or nostalgia, while a bright geometric design could attract those drawn to energy and motion. By experimenting, you discover new ways your storytelling can evolve. You might find that certain colors evoke stronger emotion, or that minimalism can speak louder than detail. Every experiment refines your voice as a creator. Consistency is key. When you develop a recognizable aesthetic, viewers begin to associate your work with a certain feeling. Over time, this becomes your visual identity, a language that speaks before the first line of narration even begins. Maintaining consistent tones, colors, and pacing across your videos strengthens your brand and makes your storytelling more memorable. And yet, the beauty of art styles is that they don't have to stay the same forever. You can evolve as your stories evolve. One month you might explore dreamy, surreal imagery. The next, crisp realism. What matters most is that the style always serves the story, not the other way around. Let the theme and emotion guide your creative decisions. As you refine your process, remember that storytelling isn't about perfection. It's about connection. Viewers don't remember every detail of the art. They remember how it made them feel. A warm palette can comfort them. A slow camera movement can calm them. A striking visual contrast can make them stop and think. Your animation is a language of emotion disguised as motion. Even the simplest ideas can become powerful when given the right visual touch. A short story about nature can feel monumental if it's animated with reverence and space. A quick life lesson can linger in someone's heart if it is told with clarity and beauty. Animation is less about spectacle and more about resonance. It is about helping people see a feeling. Designing with intention, narrating with heart, and styling with purpose can transform an ordinary message into something extraordinary. Whether you're teaching, inspiring, or storytelling, the same principles apply: clarity, emotion, and design harmony. Each element supports the others until they move as one cohesive experience. And at the end of it all, when the viewer finishes your video, they should feel something, even if it's subtle. Maybe inspiration, maybe calm, maybe wonder. Whatever it is, that feeling is proof that your story worked. It meant something. It left an imprint. That's the real reward of creating visual stories that live and breathe. When you learn to script with rhythm, animate with emotion, and design with coherence, you can tell any story in any style. You become both the writer and the artist, guiding your audience through worlds they've never seen but somehow recognize. Your imagination becomes a bridge, carrying them from the real to the impossible and back again. So if you have an idea, any idea, know that it can become something extraordinary. Start with the heart of your message. Give it rhythm and structure. Choose the style that fits its soul and bring it to life one frame at a time. Every story deserves to be seen, and you have the power to make it happen.